Welcome back to the channel. I'm Ryan, and we got chaos on location today. So my buddy, the Italian Stallion Paul, he just built him a new shop. We're gonna call it the ISS, the Italian Stallion Stable. So right now we have a running pony. He's got his Mustang out here that we're gonna be working on today, but future home of a prancing pony.
Am I about to get a cherry red Ferrari?
We're gonna be installing a big brake kit on his 2008 Mustang GT. So I'll kind of let him go through what kind of parts and pieces we got today to install, but look forward to it.
All right, so I know maybe a little bit overkill, but I figured going to the track, stopping from high speeds, and eventually with more power, I'm gonna do this right the first time. So what I decided on was the 6-piston Brembo caliper. This is off of the 2015 to 20, and maybe now the 2021 or 2022 Mustang GT Performance Pack. Originally came the flat black with the red Brembo letters. I went ahead and took everything apart and decided to go ahead and color it with this duplicolor blue, and got some custom decals made with the gray color to kind of go with the car. Along with that, I went with the GT500 brake cooling shields to kind of keep things a little bit cooler in there. That'll replace the existing dust shield. And went with a full set of Boss 302 brake lines. So they're not full stainless, but they are stiffer and should offer a little bit firmer pressure. But at the same time, they've got rubber mixed in with the metal components as well. And then the piece de resistance, which, forgive me if I said the French wrong, I'm Italian. This is the upsized 15-inch brake rotor. I went with a slotted setup from R1 Concepts. And to go with that in the rear, kept the existing single piston caliper, the factory one, but I went ahead and coated it in the matching duplicolor blue. And I upsized the rear rotor and went with a 14-inch slotted rear, which we'll have to use an adapter piece to get that to work, but should offer more balanced braking front and rear.
Just comparison from the stock stuff to the new stuff, and it's crazy. Paul's already been putting in work. He's already got the driver's side pretty much disassembled. So at this point, we'll get to start and go ahead and throw all the new goodies on. New location, same problems. So I just love to bring the chaos everywhere I go. So we've already hit a snag on the front driver's side. So the 302 brake line that he had picked up to go with this kit, those aren't working out. It's like just the mounting points are different to where it's gonna lock into the caliper. So we gotta hit the drawing board for that. So we're trying to like source some stainless steel lines, just that way we can, those are easy to work with and flexible, so you can route them wherever you need to. But in the meantime, dang, just take a minute to appreciate how awesome these things look. So he did a really good job as far as like the color is just really gonna pop with the paint on the car. So they're looking really spicy, and we were a little bit concerned just because the overall size is so large that they wouldn't actually clear the wheel. And I mean, we're talking close, maybe 2 millimeters if you're lucky, between like the face of the wheel and the inner lip. So you can't go any bigger. He got the biggest brakes you could absolutely get for this car with this wheel setup. So until we got everything sorted, wanted to protect that paint job as much as possible. So it's got painter's tape on there. That's why it looks a little crazy. When you're turning the wheel, I mean, like you can hear it kind of rubbing right now just on the painter's tape itself, but there is not much space between the wheel and that caliper. So even Paul mentioned like the wheel weight down here coming around. It is a tight fit. Like I said, a maybe 2 millimeters tops. But she's gonna look good. And my gosh, she should stop because they are ginormous. So over here on the passenger side, we got a little disassembly to take care of first, and then we can throw all our new goodies on. Front, driver side, and passenger side at this point are done, minus the brake lines themselves. So like we're gonna grab the stainless set. They don't have any in stock local, so I have to order those. But for now, we're gonna just leave it as is. But you can still kind of see what like the finished product is gonna look like. I still can't get over how giant these things are, because I mean they fill up every possible square inch of wheel space. Now that the front's out of the way, we're gonna jam out these backs. So raise the car, pull all the old stuff off, put new stuff on. Easy as that. And we actually have the correct brake lines, because this is kind of just stock replacements. No real upgrades other than like making them look better with the blue paint on the back. 3/4 of the way there. So we got this side knocked out. Not too bad. The parking brake was probably Paul's biggest hang up. I was just kind of the witness to a test. I was just here hanging out while he did all the work, but that seemed to be the biggest struggle, was just getting the parking brake on. But other than that, pretty easy. Now you can really tell with that blue against the gray paint, that color combo is just killer looking. And then he did step up the rotor size, so it had like a caliper adapter little bracket for the bigger rotors, so it fills up the wheel a little bit better. Not quite as much as the front, but definitely still a huge improvement over stock. Things are going pretty smooth, so we'll knock out the other side, and then it'll just be the brake lines and bleeding and be done. So we're done for the day. Just unfortunately we've hit like a roadblock where we've done just a little bit, where we've done as much as we possibly can. So we just got to grab like some stainless steel lines for the front just to finish that up, and then other than that we will bleed the brakes and be on the road.
Yep, give it a test and hopefully it works out and gives us whiplash when we stop.
I was about to say, with these things being so big, yeah, I'm not doubting there's a lawsuit in the future for any passengers. So, but I do appreciate everybody watching. If you haven't already, subscribe to the channel. It really helps out. Catch you in the next one.